Hello and hey, today we're going to be messing around with golf with your friends, this time the Twilight full power quote-unquote guide, Strats, whatever we're going to call it this time. First hole, we're going to go ahead and turn around from the start. I know the level hasn't loaded yet, but this just kind of is a weird place to aim. Turn around from the start and look just left of the pin down there. It's fairly specific to actually get the hole-in-one, but you'll get very close even if you don't. But we're able to do it, and I definitely would not recommend that over the classic strat, pardon me. Okay, hole number 2, we're going to use that blue mushroom down there, go just right of it. And some pixels you will go directly into the hole, others you will kind of dance around like this, but they should all go in. Hole 3, a hole-in-one is technically possible, but for a consistent shot, we're going to go right at the bottom of that blue mushroom right there. And that'll get us down pretty close to the hole anyway. And then on Twilight, we need to go to the very rim of most holes to get it in. Some holes are exceptions to that rule, but for the most part, we can go on the rim. We're going to have hole 4 aim at hole 3's flag, and then we're going to just let her rip. That's one of the most famous shots in the game. Hole 5, go over here to this blue mushroom right at the stem, maybe even just a pixel left of center of the stem, to be a little bit safe. And that gets us the regular hole-in-one for hole 5. Hole 6, just wanted to be a little bit different. Gonna spin around, look at hole 5's flag. I center it up, but I don't think it matters all that much. All these bounces will get down here. It's close enough and it fits within our rule of needing just to hit the edge, the rim of the hole. And we're able to go in. Hole 7, gonna aim right about where I like to aim for the hole-in-one strat, which we have too much power. And this shot is pretty specific because the logs are shaped kind of weird there. So if you end up in my spot, that is the shot you'll need to hit. It's kind of tight, but don't worry too much about it. Hole 8, I'm gonna aim at the bottom of this mushroom. There's definitely a bunch of ways to do this hole. You're gonna see me mess up once here. I decided not to cut this because there's no point. It's really quick. So the one that we do make it, just barely missed the hole-in-one here. Just had a little bit too much power coming off of that. And if you do find yourself not in the hole but up here, just launch yourself off of the wall nearest to you as straight as you can. Otherwise you might fly out. So that's the strategy for that. Hole 9, we're going to go ahead and employ the tactics we use to get the hole-in-one regularly. Just kind of one tile up, and I think it's 2 tiles to the left of that ramp. So nice and simple. Hole 10, we're going to go ahead and bounce right to the right of the crease there, like on the right pixel, I should say. Going to have just enough power here to get us right where we need to be. We're going to look right over here. If you go off that wall and angle yourself a little bit better, obviously this is not, you can make it in 2 with my speed there, but did not quite make it. That's how you correct it if you do miss the second shot there. On 11, I don't know why I kind of zoom out and zoom back in here, but we're going to go just a few pixels to the right of where the dark and light meet on the light side. And that is the normal hole-in-one for this hole as well. Hole 12, just going to aim right over here. I mean, I'm sure that you can get a hole-in-one, but I think it'd be pixel perfect, so I wanted to show off something that's a little more repeatable. So we're just going to aim against this wall first, because then it'll knock our speed down just enough to allow us to come in here at a nice speed. It's a little more consistent. You can get it to like a bunch of different ways, so don't worry too much about that hole. Hole 13, going to go ahead and just decided to go all the way down here without too much problem. And I'm going to go sideways because you do catch a little bit of air. So we did jump that little centerpiece there. And then again, we're going to go for the very edge of the hole. And it kind of rejected us, but it should go in most of the time. All right, so hole 14, we're going to aim right at this crease. And when the hole's in the 6 o'clock position, going to let go. We just don't have enough speed to get in there. It may be possible that there is a hole-in-one for that, but again, don't want to try too hard for this, as this is more of a fun kind of guide. As you see the stroke count here, the biggest issue is the hole. So I just tried to figure out what would be the best possible way to get in there. It may end up being just going around, just because you'll be coming from distance on that little ramp that we can barely see right there. But for this shot, I decided to go for this. And we get over here, basically no problem, right? Should be a pretty simple 3, except for the fact that this hole is very resistant to this ball. If you aim for our normal spot, it does not want to go in. It'll launch you out. So you'll see me try to do some bounce shots, and I did not anticipate the log to be shaped quite that way. But you'll just need to be better than this, because you'll see me, and I fly like crazy distances away. So this shot, I think, is the one that goes in. I shoot right at the middle of it. I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be the case going forward always, but it just happened to work that the middle of the hole worked for that time. Hole 16. Just doing something a little bit different. You can probably get over here in one, a little bit more cool looking than that. Because of the confined nature, I mean, basically any full power shot will probably get over to this side without too much issue. And again, it is a simple rim or edge of the hole to get in there. Hole 17, we're going to go full power right about there. I mean, I don't know why I said full power. And then from the second shot, we're going to want to shoot at the stem of the mushroom. I was a little bit further outward than I thought it was going to be, so I should have aimed a little bit more to the right, but it worked out okay. We get ourselves a pretty easy 3, and 2 should be possible a lot of the time as well. Hole 18, you'll see me on stroke 250 here. This is me giving up. You're probably going to need to get lucky off of one of the carts, or from the dock, you're going to need to find a setup, a shot, try to say both at once, to get you a straight line with the hole. With full power, it can be kind of difficult to... this is actually the only hole that I had any trouble with completing, like, let alone trying to find shots or whatever, but just completing. Hole 18 is pretty rough, so good luck on your thing. We're going to go ahead and go to black. This one should conclude my full power stuff. It's been fun trying to find things, but obviously don't take this mode too seriously. I know a lot of people will probably point out what you can do, what you can't do in the comments below. I'm not going to dislike you or anything. I'm just not going to take it to too much attention, just because I'm not going to fix these guides like ever. So just kind of how it is. Just a little bit of fun. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you guys later. Be safe.